I've seen some one light FedEx cars. So they do the one light thing on top of the caravanning too. And then you know, I've seen some one light state police. There's a one light black SUV right there. If I'm getting this good enough on tape, then the light changes right when I roll up to it. And he doesn't care. Like my main organizer, and you know, he's working this program. He doesn't care if I get it on video. This is why it's so important that we do this, because this guy is like, I mean, he's murdering me. You know, he thinks that no one will ever believe me. He's not worried about it. He's just like, yeah, I'll just do this. Nobody's listening to this guy. Nobody's watching his videos. Well, then he stops me from putting them up on the computer, so I'm really kind of confused about it. Like, he'll continue to do stuff while I'm videotaping. He'll continue to stop my uploads while I'm videotaping that. And yet, you know, I don't really understand it. It seems like we can trick these people because the technology is very powerful. You know, but they're stupid. Like, I mean, these people who are doing it aren't that smart. They're murderers, so they can't be that smart. You know, they're murdering Americans and saying they're, you know, good Americans and that we're bad or whatever. So they obviously can't be that intelligent. I think it's a cognitive dissonance. It's like sociopathology. You know, a lot of stuff going on there. Indoctrination into fraternal organizations. Like, my guy, he's ex-Army, and you know, I'm about 95% sure he's a Mason. And Masons are highly involved in this. I think they have very bizarre beliefs. You know, but I'm having kind of a rough morning. Not burn all over my body, but like the left side of my upper head feels like somebody's been punching me in it all night, and like the kind of the muscle that runs up from my temple up there is like pulsating, and I got a lot of high pitch sounds. That's a one light car, that black car right there. You know, I'm trying to just grab hold of any evidence that's like right in front of my face and just kind of pile it up. Keep doing videos, because the more videos you see of it, it's like even non-target individuals will, even if they don't believe me, which, I mean, target individuals know what I'm talking about is true. These people are part of a program. The DHS Fusion Centers are real. Please look up their page. Please look up DHS Fusion Centers on Wikipedia. Please see how much of a failure they've been, how they haven't found any kind of terrorist activity at all, like zero, through any of their reports. And the scary thing is that they have a quota, so they have to actually, I mean, they have it in there that lights change, and I'm going to go under it. But they actually have a quota of things, of people that they have to put on this list and follow around. So with that quota, it's gonna be even worse, because they're already picking innocent Americans to pick on and patrol and, you know, lie about. But then they add in a quota where it forces them, you know, to pick even more innocent Americans. I'm gonna see what street would be a good street to go down. Sometimes, I'm not sure, I might just keep going straight. Still got a little bit of time before I have to finish work. Now I gotta go in, I'm getting you know, we're just trying to do this charity event. I'll be general about it, because I don't want to, you know, talk about it too much, exactly what I do, but it's a charity event, and we've got to get things like everybody registered, and you know, the parents of the patients, you know, kind of accommodate their needs and everything like that. So I've got to be on point, and I've got to be very compassionate about it all, because it's a very important thing. These people are going through a hard thing, and we want to give them a good event. We want to make money for, you know, a huge cancer organization. While this guy is trying to give me cancer, with remote directed energy weapons. It's a very, very kind of confused schizophrenic situation. Like, I don't have schizophrenia, but it seems like with this program kind of funneled into our country, the environment that we're starting to live in is becoming very schizophrenic, with people who, you know, and there's a one light black car, where people are like cooking, you know, women inside their homes, even married women with children, and then, you know, claiming that they're fighting terrorism, you know, attacking somebody who works for a charity or a nurse, or, you know, even some doctors and stuff like that. So it's a very schizophrenic environment that this is creating. That's a one light black truck right there. I notice a lot of black trucks in my vehicular stalking. There's a government vehicle right there, that corner. I just don't see where they have the time, and that's one of our main things. You know, that's hard to convince people. People are like, why would people have time to drive around, and why are you so important? And these are a couple of the arguments that people who are either cynical or misinformation will use. The answer to those questions are, I'm not important. I mean, I'm important now because I am being attacked, because I can do something about it. But they didn't pick me because I was some kind of important person that they wanted to spend time on. They make money off of this. These companies like FedEx, moving companies, even local, you know, exterminators, whoever they want, whoever's driving around, they'll get grants from DHS to do this kind of work. That's a person that Go Roofing. They used to live right by me, you know, in the neighborhood where I lived in that house. I don't know why he'd be coming that way back towards his house, because I know they have all their cars in that neighborhood. But the answer to that question is, you know, why would these people be driving around? It's money. They make a lot of money doing this. They get grants from DHS to patrol the streets, so they drive around while they're either delivering, or you know, moving companies going to move, or lawn care companies, businesses that have cars that will drive around. So it has a double effect, and it probably has more than a double effect, but I'll talk about the double effect, is that it makes us look crazy, because these are just companies that are driving around. You know, FedEx has to deliver all day, so you say somebody that FedEx is caravanning you, people are like, FedEx delivers everywhere. So you have that effect where that really works real good. And then you have the effect where they're always out to do it. And they apply for these grants. And you can look up, I mean, you can just look up DHS and job offerings. And there's a taxi cab right there. We don't have, like, this is not downtown. Like, in my city, we don't have taxi cabs that just, like, unless they're picking somebody up for the airport, they're not driving around a lot. And I see tons of taxi cabs, like, right around in residential neighborhoods where they're not picking anybody up. And it's very strange. I mean, it's definitely part of the vehicular stalking. There's a trailer right there. See, I'm starting to see a lot of trailers. And when I do videotape it, you know, it doesn't really bother me. I'm trying to get it on video. There's another trailer right there. Going down. Goodwood here. I'm trying to remember what I was saying. I can't remember what I was saying. But basically, it's just, oh man, I totally forgot what I was talking about. But you know, I mean, it's like every morning, and I mean, you can go online and just look up. Oh yeah, I was talking about the DHS fusion centers. Like, they have, like, I went on there and they have like job listings, and the way they present it is like, are you a you know, are you an aging veteran? We can give you a job. And here's another one light SUV coming up. If I can get it. It's past this tree. There it is, right there. But they're trying to, like, you know, they'll get these you know, some older veterans that are retired, and you know, they can patrol, and they tell them that they're helping to fight terrorism, and then they end up patrolling, or what we call it is stalking, you know, people who are being microwaved. So it's a big mess. It's a big compartmentalized mess. You know, it's very insane, and it is. It's a very schizophrenic environment. And people would say, you know, like non-TIs who don't know anything about this, you know, and a lot of them don't even research it. They don't care. They just don't believe it right off the bat, and they become, you know, very cynical about it. And then they don't research any of it, and they just say that, you know, we're crazy or schizophrenic. And that's a strength of these people that are doing this to us. But more and more curious people, you know, are starting to look at this. And there's more curious people in the world who haven't been conditioned down yet, you know, to not look into anything. But there are some people who refuse. They make up their own mind about what's going on. They're not willing to research it. They don't want to. They want to live their life. They want to say this isn't happening because it would just, you know, they'd have to research it. It's a lot of bad stuff going on, so they have to change their life. But I mean, you just check out the DHS Fusion Center website. Check out DHS Fusion Centers on Wikipedia. Check out, you know, job listings for them. Because they train people to do this stuff, and they give them money, and they give companies grants to get involved. And then if a big enough lie is told about you, then these companies, they can, you know, patrol you with the GPSing, you know, the surveillance, and they can make a lot of money. So I just wanted to answer that question. You know, people are like, why are y'all think y'all are so important? Why would people spend time on this? And it's not because they think that we're these important people who need to be silenced, like we're a danger. It's because we're little people, and they're like, well, we can, you know, torture this person and, you know, harass them, drive around. There's another FedEx car, a FedEx truck right there with its running lights on. It's a big money maker. And the justification that a lot of, and there's the Go Roofing, that same truck coming through here again. So he's coming back around here. He was going the other way, and now he's coming back. And he lives, like, he used to live by my house. So he's definitely part of it. I mean, his little company can get, you know, some good grant money for patrolling, as they call it. What I call it is stalking. I mean, they're stalking somebody who's been microwaved, like, viciously in the head by remote military weapons all night long and all day long. There's a one light SUV right there. I hope he just keeps on doing it. There's a one light car behind me, that white car. One light car following me right there. Turned it off just now. Just turned off his running light that was one light when I put the camera on it. That's pretty cool. And there's a one light SUV. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it. It's behind those other cars. So you just see the frequency of it. It's oh, he turned it back on. Turn it back on. Let's see if he turns it off. Turn it back on. Turn it off and then turn it back on. He's right behind me, kind of covering his face. He has a hat on. I'm just gonna keep the camera on him to make him feel uncomfortable. He's covering his face with his hand, because I guess he doesn't want the camera to see it. I'm just gonna keep the camera on him. I hate these people. I just think they need to do research. They need to realize what this is connected to. We all need to connect the dots.